Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. This is the annual organization meeting of the Montville Township Board of Education. Start off by doing the Pledge of Allegiance. If you could all stand, the flag is to my right. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This time I'll read the Open Public Meeting Act. In accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act, I wish to announce that the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law is enacted to ensure the right of the public to advance notice of and to attend meetings of public bodies in which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the Montville Township Board of Education has approved this meeting date. Notice of the meeting has been posted at the municipal building, all Montville Public Schools, the Montville Public Library, the Montville Township Board of Education Administrative Office Building, the Montville Public School website, and advertised in the Daily Record. All right, at this time, it's a privilege and my honor to swear in our three newest board members administering the oath of office. So at this time, I'd like to start off with the oath of office for Dr. Karen Cordelino, Mr. Grau, David Modrak. So let's see, we have an option here. We could do it individually, or we could do it as a group, all three.
As a group.
Okay. I'm going to have a Bible for those that wish to use that as well. I would be use that option. Okay, why don't we step on down here, folks? Be a little fancy and official.
Glad you double spaced it. Okay. Stand over the side, Jim, so you get out of the picture.
Yeah, inside though. Okay. All right, at this time, raise your right hand. And I should have brought my glasses. I state your name.
I, Karen Cordelino,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States and this state
and to the governments established in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Karen Cordelino,
Do solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law
that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law
for the office of member of a Board of Education,
for the office of member of a Board of Education,
am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1,
and not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1,
close enough, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, one and all. Thank you very much. Okay, this time I'm going to take a roll call of the UEC Board of Education. Karen Cordelino.
Here.
Charles Grau.
Here.
Michael Johnson.
Here.
Matthew Kane.
Here.
David Mudrak.
Here.
John Morello.
Here.
Carmel Nogan.
Here.
Michael O'Brien.
Here.
And Michael Palmer.
Here.
Quorum present. At this time, I'm going to read the annual election results that were held on November 3rd, 2015 for the school board member elections. Board member elections, Karen Cordolino garnered 1,477 votes. Charles Grau, 1,428 votes. And David Mudrak, 1,357 votes. Again, congratulations to all. Okay, at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion for the election of President of the Montville Township Board of Education, and for a motion to accept the nominations for the office of President.
Jim, it would be my pleasure to nominate Dr. Matthew Kane for position of President.
Move the nomination be closed.
Seeing none other, nominations are closed. And at this time, we should have a second, yes. Do I have a second?
Second.
John Morello, thank you, sir. Second by John Morello. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to do a roll call vote. I'll call each board member, including one nominated, and simply yes or no. Karen Cordolino?
Yes.
Charles Brown?
Who is this young boy? Yes.
Michael Johnson?
Yes.
Matthew Kane?
Yes.
David Mudrak?
Yes.
John Morello?
Yes.
Michael O'Brien? Michael Palmer?
Yes.
Carmel Nogan?
Yes.
Motion passed. Congratulations.
It's a very different perspective.
Makes a big difference.
Thank you, fellow board members, for your support. We have a wonderful mix of some relatively new board members, some mid-level in terms of seasoned board members, and some highly experienced members. We've learned to act as a professional organization and collaboratively. We have a wonderful foundation that has been built together, and I look forward to the upcoming year and working with each and every one of you, the administration, Dr. Mokhtar, Mr. Titus, our assistant superintendents, and the entire district, the employees, and of course, doing everything we can to better the education for our students of the district. Thank you for your support. I wanted to waver a moment from the agenda. And I'm going to take the liberty of taking a moment to recognize and acknowledge the last 5.5+ years. We've had a great blessing to have been working with the board president of the level of Dr. Karen Cordolino. This board has been blessed, the school district, in fact, has been blessed. Karen is, I wrote down a few adjectives as I was driving here today, and her two children, Vanessa and Alex, can chime in if you want here this evening.
I don't agree with anything.
Karen is driven.
Well, they're going to public participation.
Driven, focused, proactive, resourceful, incisive, thoughtful, caring, and Karen, as we've mentioned a couple of times before, there's a bare minimum of education from the New Jersey school boards that everybody has to take. Karen has always gone way beyond and brought back best practices to the Board of Education, which have enabled this board to become more professional and better working. And you've also, Karen, always worked within the what's in your heart and best for the children. So I just wanted to take a moment, words don't do it justice now, but I want to take a moment to thank you for your 5.5+ years as board president and the diligent hard work that you put into this position.
Thank you.
Although it was a while ago, I remember Karen saying, please bear with me, I beg your indulgence, because, well, I have to say, Karen has made things look very easy, and I'm sure there's going to be a learning curve, so please bear with me, everyone. So now I'd like to take motions for the position of vice president.
Mr. President, it would be, we will jointly, I think, probably nominate the same person. I'd like to nominate Carmela Noe.
Is there a second?
Second. Move the nomination be closed.
Any second on that?
Second.
That's not to accept the nomination.
Yes.
To close the nomination.
Oh, second.
Good night, John.
You think we'd get this down?
It's going to take a little bit.
Let's do a voice vote on that.
And is this going to be a voice vote, or is it? So all in favor of Carmela Noe?
No. Close the nomination.
Close the nomination.
Then you got to vote.
And then I'll vote. It's going to take
We'll be able to picture you here.
was actually open.
I'm sorry, Mr. O'Brien.
Is it incorrect that it's just a checkbook? There's only one nomination, doesn't need, is that not correct?
But there are two, yes, but there are two motions pending. One is to close negotiations,
Close, yes.
the nominations. The other one is to vote. And you can vote by acclamation on either, on the second one.
Thank you for clarifying
So we will close the nomination.
Yes. That you can do by
And
voice
now
vote.
we'll have a voice vote. All in favor?
That's good.
Aye.
Now you need to vote on Carmel.
Congratulations.
Now
you have the vote. The plug first, the second one.
You have to roll call vote for Carmel. Just like I did.
No, so this is not a voice vote. This is roll call.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Karen Corleone.
I need to.
Yes.
I'm very sorry. The pictures don't have it.
That's communication.
Karen Corleone.
Yes.
Charles Brown.
Yes.
Michael Johnson.
Yes.
Matthew Kane, yes. Dave Bojack.
Yes.
John Morello.
Yes.
Carmela Noe.
Yes.
Michael O'Brien. Michael Palmer.
Yes.
Congratulations. So there will be no executive session this evening. I'd like to open the floor for public participation. Anyone would like to make comment about items on the agenda only? We'll close public participation. And as we move forward in the agenda, and this is Roman numeral.
Let it be the annual appointments.
Letter E. Let's entertain a motion for items E.1. I would like to postpone E.1 to E17.
So actually, no, I apologize. I have one that I failed to mention this at the beginning of the meeting, and I'll hold the agenda.
Yeah, we need a motion for that. It's, actually, it's towards the end, it's under the...
F15.
Yes, and 15, thanks, Dr. Coleman. So that was separate, which we need second motion.
Just 1 and 17, except 15.
Oh, yes.
F15.
Either one is like a motion.
So that was E 1 to 17 with the exception of 15.
Do you need a motion?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Brown?
And we'll have the same roll call vote.
Yes.
Mr. President, I couldn't hear you then. We're
E 1 to 17 with the exclusion of number 15.
15.
Okay, the question I have is, how are we going to do the 12 through 17 deadlines when we don't know what the deadlines are yet?
This is on E.
Yeah,
As opposed to
we're not
F.
doing the application.
Okay, that's earlier.
And we roll call now. Karen Cordelino,
Yes?
Charles Brown,
Yes.
and Michael.
Jim?
Go ahead.
I'll
It's like 0 for 4, man.
It's going to take a little bit.
This is such a bizarre meeting to begin with, so
Yeah.
it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. All right, Mr. Brown?
We're voting on E now, 1 to 17, except 15.
With
That's
this
correct.
correction.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Oh, wait a second, we're not voting on E15?
Just, no, we're voting on E.1.
I thought Charles just said we're voting on E 1 through 17 except for 15.
That's right.
But we're not voting on E15.
We're not.
Except
Says
15
exception.
is removed,
Yes.
except 15.
Oh, E15 is removed, but that is?
You just take it off E15.
That's F.
Oh, you're right. Mr. Palmer's
Charlie and 15 F, then
I apologize.
it's F.
So, we do all of it. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Palmer.
F15.
So we're not there.
All right, so who made the motion on this one? Charlie. So we're okay with,
I'm fine with 1 to 17.
I'm sorry.
for E.
Second.
For E, correct.
Okay, now I will do roll call. Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Dr. Modrak?
Yes.
Mr. Morel?
Yep.
Ms. Noe?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
An aye on all items except E3, I abstain.
I'm sorry, you're staying on?
E3.
Okay. Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Dr. Cornell?
Yes, except abstain on E3.
E.3. And Dr. King?
Yes.
Okay, motion's passed.
Now, Jim, you're saying that item F15.
Yes, that's the only, just we move on to the liaison committee.
So
Motion on,
now we'd like to make a motion on items F1 through F11. I'd like to postpone items 12 through 12 through 17.
so moved.
Right.
Second.
Second.
Well, what it means postpone items 12, 13, 14, 16, and 17, while we're moving to 15.
Yeah.
I was also,
Could you clarify one more time?
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
item
We're on
15.
we're on the, look, I got the letter. Which ones are we pulling out?
12.
15?
12 through 17 are being postponed, 15 is being pulled out.
Okay.
But the motion on the table right now is for approving items F1 through 11 only. Correct.
All right, 1 to 11 only.
And I would like to read the code of ethics of board members. And we can start with Mr. Morel, if you'd like to read 11A on page 10 of 17.
I will uphold and enforce the laws, rules, regulations of the State Board of Education and the court's orders pertaining to schools. Desired changes should be brought about only through legal and ethical procedures.
I will make decisions in terms of the educational welfare of children and will seek to develop and maintain public schools which meet the individual needs of all children, regardless of their ability, race, creed, sex, or social standing.
I will confine my board action to policy-making, planning, and appraisal, and I will help to frame policies and plans only after the board has consulted those who will be affected by them.
I will carry out my responsibility not to administer the schools, but together with my fellow board members to see that they are well run.
I will recognize that authority rests with the Board of Education and will make no personal promises nor take any private action which may compromise the board.
I will refuse to surrender my independent judgment to special interests, or partisan political groups, or to use the schools for personal gain or for the gain of friends.
I will hold confidential all matters pertaining to the schools which, if disclosed, would needlessly injure individuals or the schools. But in all other matters, I will provide accurate information and in concert with my fellow board members, interpret to the staff the aspirations of the community for its schools.
I will vote to appoint the best qualified personnel available after consideration of the recommendation of the Chief Administrative Officer.
This happens to be one of my favorites. I will support and protect school personnel in proper performance of their duties.
John, go ahead.
I will refer all complaints to the Chief Administrative Officer and will act on such complaints at the public meetings only after failure of the administrative solution.
So, on items F1 through 11, I need a motion.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Jim.
Mr. Burke? Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Dr. Torlino?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Dr. Moger?
Yes.
Mr. Morrell?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Aye.
Mr. Fong?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Dr. King?
Yes.
Motion passed.
At this point in time, I'd like to turn to Dr. Rotar for his superintendent's report.
I just wanted to note that for our next board meeting that will occur on Tuesday, January 19th, we will actually, prior to the meeting, be welcoming the community to visit the new high school media center, where we'll be having a ribbon cutting and dedication ceremony beginning at 5 o'clock that evening prior to the board meeting. And we encourage all of the community to come and marvel at the wonderful facility that's been created at the high school.
Thank you, Dr. Rotar. Now, I'd like, Jim has no report, VA, and I'd like to make a motion for items I, K, L, M, N, O. There's no agenda this evening.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Is there any discussion? Seeing that there is no discussion, roll call, please.
Mrs. Nogue?
Yes.
Dr. Torlino?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
I abstain on K10. Yes on everything else.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Dr. Moger?
Yes.
Mr. Morrell?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Aye.
Mr. Fong?
Yes.
And Dr. King?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Anyone have any old business? Additional reports? General board?
I just wanted to comment on the holiday edition of the With Our Legacy and the November issue of the podium that we received in our board packets. I love receiving these, and I think the rest of the board does too, so thank you for including them. I particularly liked the Tech Talk section and the Lazar Legacy about choosing the phone. I thought it was very well done and timely. And the podium article about high school students students waking up too early. So very, very well timed director. So please pass on our thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Berlin. Any general board comments, new business?
I'd like to make a general comment. I just want to say to my fellow board members, as we start the new year, I think we're going to have a great year. This board, as our president said, works together very well with so many varied voices. Our new superintendent, I'm sure, has her feet on the ground, and I'm very pleased that I can be here to work with you. I think 2016 is going to be a great year for our school district with this Board of Education, and I sincerely mean that.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien.
I have a comment.
Yes, Mr. Beck.
I would also like to add my thanks to Karen for the leadership she's provided as president. Until you're president, I was president, I think 10 years. You can't appreciate the work that goes into that, and I'm sure Matt will learn that during the next 12 months. But it might look very easy just sitting up here chairing a meeting, but Karen and I know the work that goes in, and I would personally like to thank her for the work she did in leading this district as board president. And I think it's been a great 5 years. I like the direction we're going with Dr. Rotar, and I think we can expect great things in the next year. Thank you.
Thank you,
Here, here.
Carmel?
Regarding Karen, Dr. Corlino.
Can I sit up at the table?
Dr. Corlino came on the board as president, was elected president my first year. And for anyone who was here 5.5 years ago, the night I was sworn in was a night of somewhat, I recall it as a night of somewhat turmoil, because it was on the heels of a defeated budget, and then a gut budget, $3.2 million in state aid cut from our budget, and an additional almost $1 million cut. There were a lot of really difficult decisions that had to be made in the year after, in that first year. And we had a new superintendent on top of everything else. There was quite a bit of discord in the district. There was a board which, from my observations during my campaign, had taken to airing personal grievances publicly, which I don't think ever is in the best interest of the district. It's a very different board today, and it's a very different board in part because of all the different personalities who have been elected and have been serving on this board, but it is an extraordinarily different board because of Karen. Karen, some of the things that I remember about Karen saying over the years is, one, is that she felt very strongly that it was her job as president to protect the minority opinion. And that's a very important role. It's not always easy to be in the minority opinion, and sometimes you have board members who legitimately and sincerely and for very good reason disagree with other board members. And those discussions have always been civilized, and that minority opinion, whether it's in public session or in private, has always been protected by Karen. And that's an extraordinary role, because not everyone remembers or believes that you really do have to protect the minority opinion. Any review of history tells us that sometimes that minority opinion evolves to the majority opinion, and for good reason. So I thank Karen for all those years of stewardship. She really stewarded the district during a very difficult period, and there were a lot of difficult decisions that had to be made. I think the fact that we have an improved relationship with the public and with the teachers who serve such a vital role in this district is directly because of Karen's efforts and because of those of Dr. Freed. And the reason Dr. Freed could do his job as effectively as he did for the 5 years he was with us is because he had Karen's support, and by example, he had the support of the rest of us. And a leader can only really do a good job if they have the support of the people who they are serving. Karen always made sure that the teachers and the administration and the superintendent was supported so that they could do their job as well as they do it. Karen was the person who talked me into running by telling me it would be a very limited obligation, just a few hours a month. And I thank her for that stretch of the truth. Because I never would have had this experience if she hadn't encouraged me to run. I wouldn't have had the pleasure of knowing all the wonderful people that I've served with, some of whom are currently here, and some who have since stepped down and gone on to other pastures. But thank you, Karen, for so much work. I've never seen a board member work as hard as you've worked in the last 5.5 years. I think that your leadership has really been extraordinary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just chime in too. I think the biggest difference in the board between the time Karen took over and now is that while it was a good board, 5 years ago I thought this was a board of education with 9 people on it. Now this is a board of education that just functions as a unit collectively. It's almost as if none of us have kind of melted together. And that's a good thing. And like Carmel said, we don't always agree on everything, but it's respectful when we disagree. We listen to each other's points of view, and occasionally some of us have even been known to change our minds after discussion. It's a board, I have on Mike's comments, again, it's a board to be proud of being a part of. I think we work well with the community. Karen has done a yeoman's job with regard to community relations with the faculty, with the staff. And I think under Karen's leadership, above all, and we're fortunate enough to have a wonderful superintendent in Dr. Frieden. That's not to take anything away from Dr. Roker. I'm sure she will be every bit as good. But Karen had the common sense to encourage the board to say, when the administration is working well, when the schools are working well, get out of the way. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think through Karen's leadership, the board has helped everyone, whether it's the administration, the principals, the teachers. I think the board has helped to get the best out of everybody. And that is Karen's legacy, and I have no doubt that Matt's going to continue it. So I want to thank Karen very much for all of her hard work and above all for making this board human.
Thanks.
Mr. President, if I may.
Yes, ma'am.
I think the historical reference that we're all groping for is somewhat well known, and that is a strong, steady hand inside a velvet glove. And I think that's what we have had. Thank you, Karen.
Thanks.
Any other comments from the board?
I'm to adjourn the meeting.
So we'll move on now to public participation for items not on the agenda. If there is no public participation, then we are adjourned.
Motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, meeting.
Thank you.
I need to use the light.